Now on 4 News Now at 6, I am tracking severe thunderstorms and strong winds causing power outages and dust storms. I'll show you where they're headed and when the winds will start to die down.
And people living on Southeast Boulevard on the South Hill helped fire crews stomp out flames threatening their homes.
And facial recognition technology is now in use at Spokane International Airport. How it's designed to boost security and help you catch your flight on time. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Let's begin with a live look over Spokane, where the skies have cleared up, if you really think about it, in the last few hours. Just 2 hours ago, that dust storm you heard about with Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker was racing over many of us. This is the same shot taken around 4 o'clock, and it was blowing quickly, and what an incredible amount of dust we saw in the air. People walking outside of our news station here at 4 News Now said it was choking them, just walking out and breathing, impacting visibility on roads for drivers during rush hour. Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
Yeah, that video is really something. I'm Derek Dice. Many would argue the storm was even more severe south of Spokane. Take a look at this photo from Moscow, taken by Larry Phipps, where you can see that massive dust cloud approaching the area. A lot of people comparing it to a haboob like you might see somewhere in the Arizona desert or something. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker joins us now. And Chris, you've been talking about these strong winds all week, but when can we expect things to start to die down?
Well, the worst is behind most of us for the time being. There are still some of our viewers who are experiencing these very strong winds. Let's go to our radar right now, and the cold front is now moving into the eastern portions of the Idaho Panhandle and into Montana, and that is where we are seeing the strongest storms, is right along the front. We do still have some severe thunderstorm warnings in effect along this line of storms, but the strongest storm right now is the one that's moved through Sandpoint. It moved through Newport earlier today and now is impacting our friends in Boundary County, Bonners Ferry, and points to the south. This storm is capable of producing 70-mile-per-hour gusts and inch in diameter hail, so some large hail. It is moving to the northeast quickly at about 40 miles per hour. Further south, we are still seeing some severe thunderstorms that are starting to move into western Montana through the central panhandle. Things are quieting down in Coeur d'Alene. Still some pretty good rain, but the stronger winds and the heavier precipitation is starting to taper off. Storms moving out of the central panhandle now into the Thompson Falls and Saltese area, where we're going to be getting a break. Here's where the front is right now, and it's right along that front that we're seeing the strongest winds. A 51-mile-per-hour gust in St. Mary's. Right now, we've seen wind gusts in Spokane in excess of 60 miles per hour. Now we're dealing with 35-mile-per-hour winds, and those will be gradually dying down. We'll keep the 35-mile-per-hour gusts through about 7, 8 o'clock, and then winds will be tapering off, still breezy, through the evening, finally down to 10 miles per hour by around 7 a.m. Meanwhile, we do still have a blowing dust advisory until 11 o'clock tonight, so there is still the potential for visibility problems and areas of blowing dust. We're getting reports of blowing dust at the airport, but not the wall of dust that came through with the front. The worst of that is behind us. I will be back with a closer look at the weather that's left behind after the front's passage in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Thank you, Chris. Also breaking tonight, take a look at this video of that fire burning on Southeast Boulevard. This is between 29th Avenue and Regal. You see those flames intense over that fence there.
Yeah, our Jordan Smith is live near that fire. And Jordan, what have you learned since 5 o'clock?
Well, the good news is since 5 o'clock, the scene has really dialed it back a little bit. You can see behind us in this live look at the scene, crews mopping up. That fire tore through that vinyl fence there. Now, Spokane Fire tells me that this was the culprit of high, strong winds. They knocked down a power line, which then ignited that dry brush down below. and then the rest was history. Now, as Kirsten mentioned in the headlines there, some of these embers got carried over the street here, and a couple of neighbors living nearby were able to stomp those out, give the firefighters a little bit of a hand there. But fortunately, crews were able to get a handle on this within about 45 minutes of that fire being reported. And we were able to talk with those residents. They said, you know what, we're just doing what anyone would have done in this situation. So it's glad crews are getting this under control here. Reporting live on the South Hill, I'm Jordan Smith. We'll send it back to you guys.
Definitely looking better in the last hour. Thank you, Jordan. As we said before, these storms are also causing power outages. Here's a look at the current outage map for Vista. As of now, close to 31,000 customers are without power.
And here's a look at Inland Power's outage map. They say close to 13,000 of their customers are without power right now. And we want to remind you, you can track these storms yourself on our live radar on the 4 News Now weather app. There's that map from Inland Power. To find it, all you have to do is search KXY in the App Store or the Google Play Store.
And all week, our team of weather experts have been warning about an increased fire risk today because of strong winds. In
North Spokane County, a brush fire started to burn in Chadroy. It burned on Staley Road near Tallman Road, about 7 miles east of Newport Highway. Our Hunter Bertram is live there with the impact. Hunter?
Yeah, hey, Derek, you can see it is windy out here. And earlier today, you can see actually in the distance around noon, a fire started just beyond this property down in a valley. And there's still crews on scene helping and trying to mop up the remaining hot spots. Fortunately, there was a large dousing of rain that came through here, ultimately helping. We showed up to the scene just a little bit after, so let's take a look at the footage that we got a little bit earlier today. And it was just a billowing of smoke. You can see right there, tons of crews actually coming to the scene to really help fight this fire. What we know, initially one structure had been threatened. However, the crews were able to get it lined with a bulldozer and also a helicopter aiding them in that effort. And ultimately, right now, what we do know is that they say 5 acres have burned. And just for reference, this location is only south, a couple miles from last year's Oregon Road fire. And the high winds today definitely stressed out some of the people that lived around here. One man actually came to me earlier today saying he left work out of downtown Spokane earlier as in fear of this fire becoming something much larger because of the winds. He said last year he had to evacuate for 2 weeks, so you can't help but be precautious in these situations. For now, and you can see it's still active, the scene, and crews will continue throughout the night to continue and mop up this fire. For now, live in Chadroy, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
All right, Hunter, thanks so much. Health officials in Whitman County are tracking a rise of whooping cough cases. The health department says there have been 2 confirmed cases so far, and it believes there are more cases in the area. Whooping cough is a highly contagious respiratory illness that primarily affects children. And it's not just in Whitman County. According to the CDC, there have been more than 14,000 cases nationwide. That's nearly 5 times higher than the number of cases at this time last year. Health officials say the vaccine to protect against it starts to wear off 2 to 3 years after taking it. The FDA's vaccine committee met last week to discuss whether it might allow a human challenge on a new vaccine that involves purposely giving people whooping cough to test the effectiveness of a vaccine.
Well, the former Spokane County Sheriff's Sergeant accused of beating this man last year pleaded not guilty to assault charges today. We do want to warn you, we will be showing body camera footage of that incident, and it can be difficult to watch. Alexandra Cohen-Yards was in the courthouse today. She joins us now with why the sergeant's lawyers say those charges should be dropped.
Yeah, Kirsten, I was at the arraignment today at which Hilton pleaded not guilty. His attorneys argued against probable cause, which has been determined by a previous judge. Now, as Kirsten said, we want to warn you that some of this video you're about to see might be hard to watch.
How do you plead? The record will reflect not guilty plea.
That was former Sergeant Clay Hilton pleading not guilty to charges he's facing after this altercation, which took place in August of last year. Former Sergeant Hilton was fired from the Spokane County Sheriff's Office for his conduct. The man you see in the body cam footage, Kevin Hinton, was sitting in a car alone at a park when he was approached by Hilton. According to the police report, the two had a back and forth conversation during which Hinton refused to give his name, which led to this.
You're under arrest. Get on the ground!
Hinton ended up with several broken ribs, a punctured lung, a concussion, and a disfigured lip. The defense argued the officer was excessing his duty and attempted to gain compliance.
And there's no PC. It does say my client punched him in the face. Well, you know what? Sometimes during the course of duty, that has to happen.
The The incident was investigated by the Spokane Police Department, which was the agency that recommended these charges. The Spokane County prosecutor argued the affidavit lays out in detail what happened, justifying probable cause.
Did not engage in any de-escalation tactics whatsoever, which is required by the law. In fact, we engaged in taunting, we engaged in brutal force in a situation where an individual had only committed an infraction.
The judge at the arraignment seconded the previous court's decision and justified probable cause for this case. As you just saw, things are already getting tense for this case. Trial for the criminal case is set to begin on December 16th. Hinton's attorney is also suing the county, alleging civil rights violations. Reporting in studio, Alexander Conyards, 4 News Now.
Alexandra, thank you. Well, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students will make his first appearance in an Ada County courtroom tomorrow. This is the first time Brian Koberger will face the new judge, Stephen Hippler. The trial was moved from Latah County after a motion was approved by the Idaho Supreme Court. The hearing begins at 1 o'clock our time. You can stream it on your connected TV using the KXLY Plus app and on KXLY.com.
All right, today is National Day of Remembrance for Murder Victims. Coming up, we'll introduce you to one woman who's honoring her brother who was killed earlier this year. Stay with us.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY Plus.
Save your greed!
So, boss man, what are we doing today?
Oh, just annual maintenance.
Annual maintenance?
Yeah, the yearly tune-up to keep the heating and cooling stuff running. Wait, you do get tune-ups on your HVAC equipment, right?
Any chance you can come by my house after this and check out my system?
Right now, get your annual maintenance for only $89 from Bill's Heating and AC. Call today.
Funny Girl is the theatrical event of the season, featuring celebrated songs like Don't Rain on My Parade and People. Entertainment Weekly raves Funny Girl is a love letter to the big old-fashioned Broadway musical. The Providence Journal proclaims this production is quite simply dazzling, an entertainment experience like no other. Don't miss Funny Girl. Playing First Interstate Center for the Arts October 1st through the 6th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better, to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
Custom is more than choosing from a few fabric options. With True Custom Upholstery by Bassett, you get control over almost every detail, so you can design a sofa that's perfect for you. From the style of the arms and legs to the cushion and pillow shape. Perfect style, perfect comfort, created for you. Get 30% off Bassett Custom Upholstery at the Tin Roof for a limited time only.
Next ET, Kristen Bell and Adam Brody's new TV collab giving major millennial energy.
Your shows, OC and Veronica Mars, you guys have been in a few projects together.
Veronica Cohen, we call her.
Next ET. Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Tomorrow morning, 2 Oscar winners come to GMA. Divine Joy Randolph and Javier Bardem. Then Friday, get this, 2 more Oscar winners. Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix.
Sounds good.
On Good Morning America.
Through this unimaginable tragedy, it's been really a light. We're very thankful to the Sheriff's Office, the victims advocates, everybody.
Today is National Day of Remembrance for Murder Victims. In honor of that, the Spokane County Prosecutor's Office held an event to honor the victims and their families.
And one of the families there was remembering Justin Daniel. Daniel was murdered in April after being stabbed 48 times and shot 3 times at his home in Meade. Daniel's ex-girlfriend Cynthia Khalil has been accused of his murder, but the investigation is still underway. Madeline Mullins went to the remembrance ceremony today and spoke with Justin Daniel's family.
One person's life was changed forever.
Honoring those who have been lost and recognizing the pain their loved ones have gone through.
As well as the people who love the victim.
That is what National Day of Remembrance of Murder Victims is all about. One of the victims' families was that of Justin Daniel. But for them, September 25th is more than just National Remembrance Day.
My brother Justin was taken from us in April, and today on National Day of Remembrance of Murder Victims happens to be his 41st birthday.
Jessica Shuck, Daniel's sister, says this day was more therapeutic for her than she thought it would be.
It's really special that we're here on his birthday, and it's encouraging to know that there's so many people behind the scenes that have our backs and care about us.
Knowing that there is support for these families was one of the main messages from the event. People from the prosecutor's office shared that while it may seem like the criminal justice system is broken, they are there to help these families find justice.
It breaks my heart that we have to have people who lost a loved one. And as these folks sitting here in the front row have to wear a shirt that says justice for Justin. And we will keep fighting every day to make sure that justice is served to those who choose to take the life of another or victimize someone else.
For Jessica, her family has yet to see the justice they want for their brother, as the investigation is still underway. But she says honoring Justin and hearing from others who have been in her position was encouraging.
My brother Justin, he was so kind. He was so kind and always sacrificial, giving everything that he had to others. Whether it was his daughters or his family, he was always so giving. He was the one who you can call in the middle of the night and he'd show up for you.
While National Day of Remembrance of Murder Victims is the 25th, speakers at the event say they don't just want victims to be remembered today, but every day. With 4 News Now, I'm Madeline Mullins.
Another picture from a viewer of the extreme dust that we saw. This picture is from Richard Landers. He took this near Steptoe earlier this afternoon. I will be back with an update on severe thunderstorms and your 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. Sign up for the 4 News Now playbook at KXLY.com.
It's our Labor Day sales event happening all month long, where you'll save up to $14,000 off MSRP on a new GMC Sierra 1500. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
Are you ready to stay for less and play for more? The Kootenai Casino has low room rates and our most exciting gaming yet. Book now to get your deluxe room at the Kootenai Falls Lodge for just $99 every midweek night in September. And join us for September Hot Spins, Weekend Super Spins, and catch the game Monday nights. Score big in September. Book your getaway at the Kootenai Casino today. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Do you have a storage problem? Wisman Storage Containers is your all-in-one local storage solution. We offer a variety of sizes and provide free delivery within the greater Spokane area. Wisman Storage Containers is your locally owned and family-operated storage solution. Don't just store. Secure your stuff today.
Moving day never goes smoothly, does it? Let's just settle this little mishap.
Who do we always see on the billboards again?
It's the one call that's all, guys.
You deserve to be compensated fairly for everything you've had to go through.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
The Gamma knife we have here in Spokane is the state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line Gamma knife that is available in the world.
The brain is high-priced real estate. It's very important for cognition, physical function. You only want to hit the tumor and give very, very little dose to the surrounding brain.
It's the only machine capable of delivering this type of precision and with almost no interruption in any of the other treatments that they need.
Not only is this the best radiation technology, but it's delivered by a caring team of professionals who have been doing this for decades.
It's our Labor Day sales event happening all month. New Sierra 2500 HDs amps and 3500 HDs as low as $59,878. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
All right, welcome back. It's been a doozy of an afternoon already.
A lot of people sending in their pictures and videos of that dust storm.
Yes, now things are settling down, but it's not going to be calm this evening. We'll keep the winds going, and we still have some thunderstorms to tell you about. Now, most of the thunderstorms have now moved into the extreme portions of western Montana, also right along the Idaho-Montana border. But we do still have one little sliver of the Idaho Panhandle that is still under a severe thunderstorm warning. That includes Eastport, Moyie Springs, and that storm is moving very quickly off to the northeast. But this is the one that moved through Newport, that moved through Laclede, that moved through Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry, producing up to 70-mile-per-hour winds. I've been trying to get in touch with my people, make sure all our viewers are safe. Let me know if you have any damage at your house from that storm, because it was especially severe. Current wind gusts around the region just above 30 miles per hour gust-wise in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, Spokane Valley, and Moses Lake. Things have really calmed down in Pullman and Sandpoint, and these winds should not increase this evening. We'll see things slowly dying down, and that blowing dust advisory does continue until 11 o'clock tonight. This is going to be a dramatic drop in temperatures. We're in the mid-80s for highs today. We are dropping into the 60s for tomorrow. Sunny but cool. There'll be a little bit of an afternoon breeze up to 20 miles per hour, and then we head into a really pretty fall weekend. We do still have the possibility of some light rain this evening. The thunderstorm activity tapering off, but by very early tomorrow morning, we will be dry across the entire region, and we'll start to see that sunny weather and quite cool. 46 degrees to start the day in Spokane with mostly sunny skies. We'll keep the sunshine going all day. Winds out of the southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And again, in the afternoon, between about 1 and 3, we could see gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Only 61 at noon, 66 degrees after school. That could be hoodie weather all day. 68 degrees our high temperature tomorrow, which is actually just about average. Our cold front now has cleared most of the inland northwest. Behind it, still some showers. It's still breezy, and we have that cooler air coming in. We have another cold front that will move through Friday. It is going to be a dry front and is not going to have much impact on our temperatures. In fact, once that moves out of the way, we're going to start to warm up and have a very warm Saturday. Here's your planning forecast. Breezy tomorrow, 75 and sunny on Friday. Then we're up close to 80 on Saturday, cooling back down into the 60s on Sunday. And then we'll stay in the upper 60s, lower 70s through the forecast. I'm keeping a very close eye on these overnight lows for the potential of a frost. We got to take it one night at a time, but right now I've got my eye on Monday morning as a potential. We will keep you updated as we need to regarding any freeze or frost conditions. Derek?
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, construction is now underway on a new affordable housing project in Priest River. It's being built on the Potlatch Loop near Evergreen Cemetery, east of the Priest River Airport. The 3 duplexes are being built by the Kenixu Land Trust organization. The group says projects like this one are meant to help working-class families achieve their dream of owning a home.
Giving that ability for somebody that works here and lives here in and around Priest River to be able to work here and afford a home is critical, and that's who we're serving with this project.
The group says residents will be selected at a later date using a lottery system.
Still ahead, a federal ban on hazing on college campuses is one step closer to becoming law. The penalties schools could face if they don't comply. Next on 4 News Now at 6.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The new Toyotas are rolling in this week at Findlay Downtown Toyota.
And that means great deals on your favorite rides with low financing available now.
This week at Findlay.
Findlay Toyotas downtown.
Happy anniversary from McVeigh Brothers.
For over 90 years, our family has been remodeling homes in eastern Washington and northern Idaho. We sell the very best products in composition and metal roofing, the energy-efficient Coeur d'Alene windows, and our unlimited selection of maintenance-free siding options. And during our anniversary sale, you can choose up to $2,500 off on select packages or 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 6 months. At McVeigh Brothers, we're always working for you.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances. Visit neurostimtms.com or call to schedule your free consultation now.
Visit Fred's Appliance today and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in the region. Don't miss out on this limited-time offer to upgrade your kitchen with the Frigidaire Professional 4-piece package and save up to $3,100. Experience precision cooking with this Frigidaire range. Keep your dishes sparkling with this professional dishwasher. This sleek microwave offers sensor cooking technology, and this fabulous refrigerator designed with our Space Pro shelving system.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
Choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
In news around the nation now, advocates for the Stop Campus Hazing Act cleared a major hurdle yesterday.
The House of Representatives unanimously passed the bill that would create a first-ever federal anti-hazing law. ABC's Christiane Cordero explains the possible punishment schools would face if they don't crack down on hazing.
Today, a purpose built from pain is one step closer to becoming law.
We do this in honor of our sons.
The Piazza and Groover families each lost their sons in separate hazing incidents while pledging to fraternities in 2017. Timothy Piazza was a student at Penn State. Max Groover, a student at LSU. In the 7 years since, their parents have fought to stop hazing on college campuses. And Tuesday night,
those in favor say aye.
The House of Representatives passed the Stop Campus Hazing Act unanimously.
No parent should have to endure what Gary and Cindy Hips have had to go through, the senseless loss of a beloved son.
The only thing that we can do now is harness that pain and try to do something positive with it.
The law would require colleges and universities that receive federal student aid to report hazing incidents, publish online the names of organizations that violate that policy, and create and provide anti-hazing programs to all students.
When my son said he wanted to join Beta Theta Pi, I looked it up and it said it was a non-drinking, non-hazing fraternity, and I thought he was making a good choice. Really? But come to find out after the fact that chapter had been suspended a few years prior for hazing.
The Piazzas and Groovers are adamant this bill will save lives, that it would have saved their sons' lives.
Hopefully that will prevent the bad actors from getting their name out there. Maybe they'll say, we might need to stop this now before they put our name on that list.
The bill now heads to the Senate, where it needs a simple majority to pass. No date yet on when they'll take it up. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Still ahead, facial recognition is now being used at the Spokane Airport. How this is meant to help keep you safe and help you make your flight on time.
I'm tracking some severe thunderstorms that are tapering off right now. But first, here's a look at your Thursday planner. We're heading up to a high of 68 degrees tomorrow. Our average high is 70. Breezy conditions in the afternoon. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Tonight, the state of emergency with a potential major hurricane closing in. Plus, the rising death toll in Lebanon as U.S. troops head to the Middle East. World News Tonight with David Muir as America's most watched newscast.
At Just Between Friends, you'll find everything you need for your family. It's all here.
I've been shopping in JBF since my kids were little, and we just love it.
Is the one-stop shop for everything that you need for your kids and your grandkids.
I'm a first-time mom. I got a lot of clothing, shoes, I got a changing table. It's been a lot of fun.
Such a blessing to be able to shop, sell, and save at JBF.
This has been a game changer for our family.
Just Between Friends at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center.
BECU has helped Finney Ridge Painting grow from setting up payroll services to finance. I feel that BECU is fundamentally concerned about me as an individual and my business and all the individuals that work here. They provide a level of connection that other institutions aren't interested in. With BECU, we don't feel like customers. We feel like business partners.
Whatever you need to do this fall, we've got your back. AutoNation Honda has an unmatched selection with great savings. Drive a new 2024 Honda Accord EX sedan for $249 a month. Visit AutoNation Honda today.
When a loved one gets sick, it's usually women
who have to leave their jobs to care for them. Now, I-2124 would take long-term care benefits away from millions of families,
forcing them onto private insurance that charges women 70% more than men,
and denies coverage for people with pre-existing conditions.
So vote no.
Because our loved ones can't afford to lose their long-term care benefits. And neither can we.
Sydney Heron's back?
Yeah, and all her passive-aggressive glory.
I was a resident here. Think of me as one of you. Who's ready to heal with love?
You're unbelievable.
Welcome back.
You think you're God's gift to this hospital? You're just another doctor.
Woo. So unbelievable.
Bungee jumper cord snap.
Unbelievable.
Need all hands on deck.
I'm gonna sue you.
Your lawyers know where to find me. So unbelievable.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
All right, a live look now over Spokane, where we are continuing our coverage of that dust and windstorm from the Palouse to the north. High winds, thunderstorms, and power outages.
Chris Crocker is tracking the storm to help keep you safe in your first alert forecast.
Well, it is still a windy night across the inland northwest, but the thunderstorm activity has moved into western Montana and Canada, and we're left with a few showers and, again, gusty winds that will continue. I want to show you the total lightning strikes that we have seen across the inland northwest. This is just in the last 4 hours. Over 1,000 positive strikes with severe thunderstorms down around Pullman earlier today, up through St. Mary's in northern Spokane County, particularly in Sandpoint and Boundary County. We saw some severe thunderstorm activity. Also, did I mention St. Mary's? It was very powerful there as well. And all along that front, walls of dust blowing across the region. This is a look at our current wind gusts. The strongest winds right now down around the Lewiston area, coming off of the Blue Mountains. The area is shaded in orange on your screen. That's in the 30 to 40 mile per hour range, but most locations are closer to 30 than 40. We are still seeing some higher ridgetop winds, but in the red, that's where we're in that 40 to 50 mile per hour range, but that is almost exclusively over the higher terrain now. Our 12-hour winds, we're going to be up at 35 mile per hour gusts through the 7 o'clock hour, and then things will gradually taper off. A much calmer day on the way tomorrow. We do, however, still have a blowing dust advisory until 11 o'clock for the area shaded in yellow on your screen. In the brown shaded area, that is a wind advisory that also goes until until 11 o'clock. I will be back with your 7-day forecast. Much calmer weather on the way. That's coming up in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thanks so much. We continue to follow breaking news in South Spokane. Wind knocked down a power line on the South Hill, sparking this fire along Southeast Boulevard. Thick plumes of smoke mixed with the dust and wind there.
Yeah, firefighters worked against that wind to keep that fire from spreading into a disaster. Our Jordan Smith is live at the scene right now. Jordan, you've been there for a couple of hours. What's the situation right now?
It's a much different, better situation than it was just a couple hours ago. You can kind of see this rain starting to come down, those winds in the South Hill area here. But you can see crews really mopped up. They did a great job getting these flames under control here. In fact, you'll also notice that traffic is now free-flowing north towards 29th Avenue. The southbound lane, is still shut down right now, but I think it's just a matter of time before that's back open. And again, if you're just joining us here, some wind knocked down a power line that sparked up that dry, brushy, dried out grass area, and of course that's caused this response. Now, winds also picked up some of those embers and took them across the street. Fortunately, there were some residents nearby who saw that happen, and then they were able to stomp those out and give the firefighters a little bit of a hand there. So, situation right now under control. Crews really in this mop-up phase. That response, of course, really dwindled down to one fire truck left at the scene. But some, really promising response and another quick one by Spokane Fire. So, reporting on the South Hill tonight, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
All right, Jordan, thank you. A new kind of security checkpoint is coming to Spokane International Airport.
And it's optional for travelers, but TSA hopes it will make our airport safer. Derek Strom spoke with TSA about this technology that'll help verify your identity.
If you're traveling at any time and that person seated next to you has been vetted and you know they are who they say they are, you're going to feel better about that process.
Next time you're in the security line at the Spokane International Airport, you might notice these new machines scanning IDs. They're called Credential Authentication Technology, or CAT units, and the TSA hopes they'll make things easier for travelers and TSA agents.
So once you get up to the checkpoint, all you have to do is take your physical photo ID, put it in this machine here. It'll take a picture of you, and then once that picture is taken, it'll match the photo that it just took to the photo on your ID.
Essentially, the technology streamlines a lot of the functions that TSA officers used to do manually. It streamlines it because the information is presented at the same space on the screen every single time. Also, by having that real-time photo, we're able to make that match to the person with the ID.
TSA says it uses the information on your ID to match it with a database of everyone flying in that 24-hour period, but it says the CAT units don't store any of the photos it takes.
It is optional, 100%. We have signage at all of our locations around the country that passengers can opt out and go through a different form of ID verification.
If you choose to go through with having your ID verified by one of these machines, you'll be able to skip the step of bringing your boarding pass to the security line, but you will still need it if you're going through TSA PreCheck, and you'll also need it once you get to your gate.
So these particular units, because they are tied to the secure flight database, when it pulls up your biographical information, it also pulls up your flight information. So no boarding pass is needed.
TSA says these machines will also be able to spot fake IDs, even down to small details like the spacing of letters. In Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
All right, pretty interesting. Well, construction of the first Spokane County park in the West Plains neighborhood is now underway. It'll be called Camas Meadow Community Park. It's being built just south of I-90 across the street from the Plains Golf Course.
And so parks are instrumental in terms of being able to build good neighborhoods and good communities.
Now, when it's done, it'll include a playground, baseball and soccer fields, basketball and pickleball courts, and covered picnic areas. The $6 million project is being covered by federal funds from the American Rescue Plan Act.
Well, Sunrise Elementary School hosted a blood drive today in honor of a student who recently died of cancer.
Callie Anderson was only 11 when she passed away in August. Marissa Rio takes us to today's blood drive and shares how she's being remembered.
She was probably one of the most inspirational people I've ever met.
Kelly Anderson's light shines bright over at Sunrise Elementary School.
She was a friend to every single person in that class. I had a couple students who just needed someone to be their person, and Callie was their person. She never wanted anything other than just to be like everybody else. So
Blood donations helped Callie and other students during their fight against cancer. And today, the community honored Callie's life by giving back.
Just honoring, her battle, her fight, her perseverance, her grit.
As people walked onto the Vitalant donation bus, they were greeted with Callie's photo, along with a list of her favorites and her favorite candy, Nerds Gummy Clusters.
She just was brave. There wasn't anything she didn't want to try or do.
Callie was diagnosed with cancer when she was just 2 years old. She was 11 when she passed away. Today, the community showed up to be brave, just like Callie.
It's such a simple way that you can significantly help someone else, someone like Callie. Kids dealing with cancer, anybody dealing with any accidents. It's a really important way to help your community, and it's an easy way to help save lives.
Another man said his son was friends with Callie, so it was important for him to show up today and give back to the community in honor of her life.
For more information on ways that you can give back to the community or to the Anderson family directly, you can visit our website at kxly.com. In Spokane Valley, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
And our thanks to her family for allowing us to follow that story. Well, WSU will hit the road to take on Boise State Saturday.
Yep, the Cougs will be going against one of the best running backs in the country, Julie.
Yeah, we're going to look at that matchup between WSU and Boise State running back Ashton Jeanty. No one's been able to stop him yet. The Cougs are looking to be the first. That's next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Convention and Visitors Bureau.
So, boss man, what are we doing today?
Oh, just annual maintenance.
Annual maintenance?
Yeah, the yearly tune-up to keep the heating and cooling stuff running. Wait, you do get tune-ups on your HVAC equipment, right?
Totally unrelated, but can you come by my house after this and maybe check out my system?
This is important information from AARP and BECU. What comes to mind when you hear the phrase long-term care? The reality is that it comes in many forms depending on the situation. Washington State strives to support programs that allow aging adults to live in their own homes where they want to be. Whether it be health and personal care, transportation assistance, or support from our state's long-term care insurance program, there are many resources for our loved ones in addition to their caregivers. Find tools and tips at this website.
I kind of get it now. The massaging seats in this Mercedes are sublime.
Told you.
I needs me one of these.
I need one for each day of the week to match my shoes.
Well, at the rate that Northern Quest is giving them away, it's...
Need the script?
It doesn't matter.
Play daily to win a brand new Mercedes-Benz on September 28th, only at Northern Quest.
Stan, why would Stanton Optical choose a penguin as their spokesbird? They're not your typical eye care company. I'm not your typical penguin.
How is Stanton Optical different from all the other eye care services?
Reliable professional advice. Same-day glasses, unbeatable prices, and eye exams whenever you need them. I could go on.
Stan?
Yes?
How does it feel to be the new face of Stanton Optical?
We're a team. There's no I in eye care. Wait, you know what I mean. Get 2 pairs of free eye exam and anti-glare lenses for only $79.
For those ready to answer adventure's highest calling, we've built our most capable Subaru yet. Sure-footed symmetrical all-wheel drive, 9.5 inches of ground clearance, plus 97% of Outback vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road today. The 2025 Subaru Outback Wilderness. Adventure elevated. Drive a new 2025 Subaru Outback with 2.9% financing for 72 months at AutoNation Subaru.
Well, Washington State football is one of the toughest games of the season on Saturday.
Now, the Cougs about the 25th-ranked Boise State Broncos. Sports director Julian Minnesone joins us, and Julian, WSU will be going against one of the best players in the country.
Yeah, Boise State running back Ashton Jeanty. He is big, strong, and if you blink, you'll miss him. Jeanty is an early candidate for the Heisman Trophy, which is college football's most prestigious award. It's easy to see why. He ranks in the top 3 in the nation in rushing and touchdowns. Cougars head coach Jake Dickert called him one of the best running backs he's ever seen.
Well, I think it's a combination of speed and power. You know, I think anytime you get that compact running back, those have been the hardest guys to handle, and he can hit the big one. He's got a great stiff arm. I mean, he spin moves. He's patient but explosive. I mean, it's just a combination. We've seen a lot of really good backs, but he's almost at the top of the list right there.
It's the 7th all-time meeting between the schools. Kickoffs at 7 o'clock on Saturday from the Blue in Boise. We are in the final days of the baseball season, and every game is a must-win for the Mariners, especially if they want to make the playoffs. Seattle finishing a series against the Houston Astros today. We pick things up in the 3rd inning. No score. Victor Caratini hits one into center field. Julio Rodriguez comes up throwing home, but the ball bounces past Cal Raleigh at the plate. Run scores, and Houston, well, they take the early lead. 6th inning, Justin Turner comes just in time, gets back for Seattle. Down the line it goes. A pair of runs come across to score there as Seattle now takes the lead. Good news there for the Amps. Now, next inning, Mitch Garver has struggled at times this season, but not here. Crushes it over the wall for a home run. 14th of the season for Garver. Mariners in business. Now, 9th inning. It's Julio. Puts the finishing touches on this one. Rodriguez now has 20 home runs and 20 stolen bases for the 3rd straight season. Mariners win 8-1. They're still chasing the Tigers and the Royals for that final wild card spot. Seattle opens up its final series of the season against the Oakland A's at home on Friday. Now, once today's games are over, we're going to have an update on where the Mariners stand in the playoff picture tonight on Nightside. Es hora de jugar fútbol de los Vandals. Translation? It's time for Vandal football. Idaho will be making history as the only college football team in the Northwest to broadcast games in Spanish this season. The broadcast team includes Mariners Spanish play-by-play broadcaster Steve Wash and former Idaho kicker, that guy right there, Ricardo Chavez. The first of 3 games will be on October 5th against Northern Arizona. You can listen on the Varsity Network app and on govandals.com. And for the full broadcast schedule, you can visit our website, KXLY.com. Muy emocionante, guys. Very exciting.
I think it's a great idea, Julian. Thank you. Well, there's now a new coffee blend to help pick you up and celebrate Cougar Pride. Old Crimson Coffee, made by Indaba Coffee Roasters here in Spokane, is designed to honor the spirit of Washington State and support the Cougar Collective. That's a group that provides name, image, and likeness opportunities for WSU student athletes. The coffee follows the success of Old Crimson Lager. We have the link for you to get your fix inside this story on KXLY.com.
We are just one day away from the big reveal of the Extreme Team's latest project at Spokane's Northeast Community Center. Of course, Mark Peterson's been busy with the Extreme Team building a new coffee kiosk in the lobby.
It's meant to help teens considered at risk develop essential job skills. Let's check in with Mark now to see what still needs to be done before tomorrow's big reveal.
All right, now you're starting to see the inner workings of what will be this Coffee to Careers. SOK Designs did the initial, and we've come pretty close with the colors, with the design, with what it's going to look like. And now Kaufman Engineers have come up with all of this that has to go in. So it's very precise. There's a lot of plumbing, a lot of electrical, and that's being put in today and through tomorrow to make sure that this is all working and viable. It's going to be a great project. Also this morning, Horizon Credit Union coming in with their volunteers. We had to finish painting, all right? So some areas need a second coat. Again, a lot of brushing, trying to get all the little areas done and some of the trim work done. So it was a tedious morning to try and get all that paint finished up, which we did today. So thank goodness we only have a little bit more, and that's going to be for Thursday, our reveal day. And of course, we'll be having that live here for News Now at 5 and 6. So this is the makings of it. Here's the Apaca. This is going to be the coffee maker. This is where careers are going to start in food industry, in point of sale service, all of that. For the Extreme Team, I'm Mark Peterson for News Now.
Around the Northwest, Washington native and music star Macklemore is now responding to backlash about something he said at a pro-Palestinian festival over the weekend. He used an expletive we can't say here on television about America, and he shared a lengthy statement online reading in part, quote, "My thoughts and feelings are not always expressed perfectly or politely. Sometimes I slip up and get caught in the moment. Saturday night was one of those times." Following his comments, he lost endorsement deals, and the Neon City Festival Las Vegas announced he will no longer be one of their headliners. Many in Washington's Jewish community say they are hurt by his words.
There's a lot of people who are simply disgusted.
A lot of people on my social media are saying, deleted him from my playlist, gone, done.
And there have also been calls from Seattle sports teams to take action. The Kraken, Sounders, and the Mariners have announced they are reevaluating their collaboration with the artist.
Pick of the night, I wanted to share this amazing photo from near Steptoe. This is from Richard Landers earlier this afternoon of the dust storm that moved over the Palouse. I will be back with your 7-day forecast and an update on your current weather after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Latah Creek Winery invites you to our annual harvest celebration, September 27th through the 29th. Sip our best blends, learn about our vineyards, and snack on Elena's cooking. Come and help us celebrate our 43rd harvest.
Cheers! I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
Reach out to NeuroStim TMS today and rediscover the light and joy in your life.
Introducing permanent year-round outdoor lighting. Heating, cooling, and electric.
Visit Fred's Appliance today and explore unbeatable deals. Revamp your laundry space with GE's top-of-the-line front-load laundry machine, each for just $749. Designed to deliver exceptional cleaning power and efficiency. With features like the ultra-fresh vent system with odor block, microban antimicrobial technology to help prevent the growth of odor-causing bacteria. Say goodbye to musty smells and hello to fresh, clean laundry. At Fred's, we sell appliances. Only appliances.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Latah Creek Winery invites you to our annual harvest celebration, September 27th through the 29th. Sip our best blends, learn about our vineyards, and snack on Elena's cooking. Come and help us celebrate our 43rd harvest.
Cheers!
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Live look over a much calmer downtown Spokane. It is still windy out there and the sky is ominous. Sun has already set. Sunset tonight was at 6:40. On our Doppler radar, we have had a few sprinkles around the Spokane area here in the last half hour. Some heavier rain further to the north in northern Spokane County. Thunderstorm activity in the inland northwest has all moved into western Montana. Wind gusts around the region are topping out in most locations in the 35-mile-per-hour range. Spirit Lake, an exception, close to 40-mile-per-hour gusts. Those winds will be slowly dying down this evening. A little broader view on the map shows our cold front moving off to the east. St. Mary's has really calmed down. There was a 40-mile-hour gust there just in the last 15 minutes. 24 miles per hour in Moses Lake and Ritzville. There is still that blowing dust advisory until 11, but winds are going to continue to die down through tomorrow morning. Finally, by 8 a.m., it is going to be quite a bit calmer across the region. Just a little bit of a breeze tomorrow afternoon. Gusts up to 20 miles per hour. One of the headlines we didn't even get to today, the temperatures. It was 88 in Spokane today. Not a record, but awfully close, and our average high is 70. We were in the 80s through North Idaho. It was 90 in Omak, 94 degrees today in Lewiston. Temperatures have already dropped dramatically across the region. It's 59 in Sandpoint, 69 in Coeur d'Alene, 67 in Pullman, and 66 in Grand Coulee. Our high temperatures tomorrow will be in the 60s, a 20-degree drop from today in Spokane. Few spots making it into the 70s, but that's actually a lot closer to average than 88. We'll be in the lower 70s in downtown 9 Mile as well as Meade. 75 on Friday. We're up above average again on Saturday, up to 79, and then upper 60s, lower 70s will continue through a seasonable 7-day forecast. Again, tomorrow, little bit of a breeze in the afternoon, up to 20-mile-per-hour gusts possible at times, but most of the day is going to be quite a bit more pleasant and quite a bit cooler and certainly clearer. And you might need a car wash after all that dust and a little bit of rain. That is the thing that makes cars, I think, the dirtiest. So plan that in your schedule.
Will do. All right, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight as we head into a commercial break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
This fall, make your home a cozy retreat filled with comfort and style when you shop at Walker's Furniture and Mattress. You'll find your favorite brands in stock at prices you'll love. Plus, take advantage of special 5-year financing at Walker's.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Wherever you need us, American On Site.
Happy anniversary from McVeigh Brothers. This month, if you'd like to upgrade your home with some new Coeur d'Alene windows or maybe a new roof, we're offering an anniversary special. Or no money down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 6 months. From McVeigh Brothers.
How do you keep performing at a high level when you're a man over 40? By taking Manpower. Manpower helps your body produce and conserve your own natural testosterone for a healthy sex life and positive mental attitude. Experience a vibrant, active life again with the energy and drive of a younger you. Manpower is available at any Mother's Cupboard location, Lincoln Heights, North Point Plaza, or University Road in the Valley.
Mother's Cupboard, things that make you feel good.
4 News Now. Expect more on air, online, and on the app.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, an increase in bear activity and bear attacks in Idaho this summer. What the National Forest Service is asking people in the area to do.
Here's a look at your radar, and I should mention, because of the weather, we did delay Wildlife Wednesday. That bear story reminded me we will have Wildlife Wednesday photos at 11, and of course on Facebook. I will have that gallery posted later tonight. On that radar, you can see the thunderstorms are over. Still could see some showers and then the gusty winds, but nowhere near as windy as when the front came through.
But it was really something while it was here.
Chris, you said over 1,000 lightning strikes.
Yes.
In that span of hours.
Yeah, 4 hours worth.
Incredible.